My name is Lori Stutsman. I own a company called Extra Mile Marketing. We've been doing technology marketing for 16 years, and we've been in the cloud for 11 of those 16 years. So really well versed at cloud marketing, and I'm going to share some insights with you of what we've seen other technology companies do and how they've been successful. But in order to do that, what I want to tell you is I am a dinosaur. I admit it. This is me in 1962. Wasn't I cute in 1962? And I'm a dinosaur, right? But I'm not the only one in the room. I know that. So it's time for some time travel, and since you guys have been sitting for so long, everybody please stand up. Okay. If you see a gadget that you've never used, you need to sit down, please. So, if you've never used one of these music players or a music player like it, please sit down. If you've never used a Sony Walkman, please sit down. Or something like it, right? If you've never used a cassette tape player, please sit down.
Oh my God.
If you've never used an 8-track player, please sit down. If you've never used one of these, or if you don't even know what it is, please sit down. And the rest of us will fill you in later, okay? And if you've never used one of these, a reel-to-reel player, please sit down. Okay, so if you're still standing, you are a dinosaur. And you can sit down. And if you're not, you will be one day. So, but wait, a question is, what's wrong with dinosaurs?
Nothing.
Right? After all, dinosaurs were larger than life. They were adaptive. They were global. They were multifaceted. They were diverse. And they were vibrant. So if you want to be a global company that's adaptable, diverse, and vibrant, think like a dinosaur. So cloud-focused companies, which is what we're here all about, are growing right now in the US year over year by 15.4%. So if you're not growing at least 15.4%, you're actually behind the curve. So what can you do to shore that up and maybe grow 20 to 30% year over year? Who wouldn't want to do that, right? Are you on that path? We call it, are you 2020 ready? So first thing you need to do is be adaptable. And one of the things that we do when we work with clients is we take them through the customer journey. And I actually, those of you that sat at my table, are you guys here, the ones that sat at my table at lunch? Okay, well anyways, we were talking about this at lunch, and they said, what's the one most important thing that you can do? And what I said is, you need to take your website and you need to follow your customer journey. You need to see where things are working and where there's roadblocks. So first, the discover phase is how do they even find you? How is anybody finding you? Then there's the learn phase. So how are they learning about your products and services? Then there's the analytics phase where they're looking at you versus your competition. So are you showing up stronger than your competition? Then there's the buying phase. So how easy is it to buy from you? What kind of roadblocks do you put in the way to buy from you? And then the other phase that most of us marketers don't think about is what about the deployment phase? So once they buy from you, what's the experience that they have? We worked with a company in Germany a few years back, and we did this for them. It was a large telecom company in Germany, and we did this for them, and we went through the whole process, and they were pretty good through the process, but the deployment phase is where they fell down. So what happened was, once we bought the product, the very next day we got 23 emails from their company, from all different departments, sending us information about the new product that we had just bought. Well, how overwhelming is that? And the company had no idea because they weren't coordinating the kind of communication that was coming to their customers. So go through the whole journey, you'll be surprised what you find. And then you need to embrace change. I mean, the point of going through the journey is to look at where you can make improvements, and you have to have a culture of change. So the next thing is think global. So even if you're a small company, you can think like a big company. So the big global companies in the world right now are all trying to get recurring business income. You've been hearing this all day, SaaS model, SaaS model. I've been hearing it all day, right? Everyone's trying to grow by recurring income models. And why is that? Does anybody have an idea why that is?
Make money.
To make money, and also to make money in the future. Right, a lot of us are just focused on how are we doing this quarter, but you want to be able to make money for years to come, and recurring income business model is going to help you do that. So some of the ways that you can do this, very simply, is offer your products or services in terms of bundling. So put things together in a bundle and then offer it for a year to come. Say the first year, if you buy in the first year, you get it at a special price. Or try us out for the first 2 to 3 months, see how it works for you, and then you can buy from us. Because once they come on board for 2 to 3 months, they're going to stay if it's been successful. The next thing is be multifaceted. So a lot of times when I talk to technology companies out there, I'll say specifically, what industries are you expert at? And they'll say, well, we can do everything for every industry. We have all kinds of services for every industry. And really, that's not what works well. So what works well is for you to offer things that are going to be going to work for a specific industry if you're going to market to them. So one of the things I always say, and everyone on my team, they're here, they know I'll always say, you can sell to anyone, but you want to market to those with the highest propensity to buy. So you really want to think about what industries do you have that expertise in and how can you do a better job with them. The other thing you want to think about is once you have them as a client, what's the next logical purchase that they're going to make? So are they going to, if they're buying one thing from you, what other things can you sell to them that's on the continuum of service that you can offer? And if you don't offer those things, form strategic alliances. Get together with people here to fill in the gaps. And then your clients have one person to call whenever they have a technology issue. So be multifaceted. Be diverse. So when I was talking about, I don't know what happened to my mic, but when I was just talking about picking an industry, I want to give you an example. So we were working with Microsoft, and they were asking us to follow up on a conference that they had put on. They'd put on a conference, they had all these partners there, and they wanted us to see what worked and what didn't in the conference. So I was calling partners and asking them what their experience was like, and I called one partner, and the partner said to me, it was a total bust. We went, we set up a table, we did a booth, we did everything we should do, and we really got no viable leads from the conference. I said, okay, that's not great. So then I called another partner. I said, how'd it go for you? And they said, great. It was the best conference we have ever been to. I'm like, okay, now I got to figure out what's going on. Something's off. So I called the first guy back again, and I said, well, tell me a little bit more about what you did. So they said, well, we put out our booth, we had our brochure, we had our signage, and it was all, we looked really professional, and nobody really came to our booth that was who the kind of people that we wanted. And I called the other guy back, and I said, well, tell me what you did. And he said, well, what I did is I looked at the people that were going to attend, the partial list in advance, and I saw that there were going to be a lot of people there from the healthcare industry. So what we did is we set up a booth all about technology for healthcare. We had our signage, we had our brochures, all about technology for healthcare. And guess what? Their booth was packed. People were flocking to them because the people that were there that were all about healthcare, who are they going to go see? They're going to go see the company that specializes in technology for healthcare. So they said not only did we have a ton of people, but we had the best leads we've ever had from a conference. So that was a pretty good representative. Then be vibrant. You've been hearing all day about hiring great talent and having really vibrant, charismatic people. Well, for us, the most important person that we can hire is our marketing assistant, because our marketing assistant answers the phone and greets our clients at the door. So we want that person to be super charismatic. And Maddie, she's here today. So if you want to be all these things, you want to think like a dinosaur. And before you say, aren't all dinosaurs dead and gone, think about the dinosaurs who have thrived. So if you want more ideas like this, you can reach us on LinkedIn. If you've seen our link booth, come and say hi. We also have some podcasts out there. They're Market Like Emma, because it's EMMA, so we're Extra Mile Marketing A. And come join our community. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much.